It's not just buy, sell, buy, sell. There are things we're looking for, and you have to understand it for it to make sense. All right. So, you know, understand the risks of the market here. Understand that you have to be disciplined. You have to be a good manager. Lastly, be careful of those fake accounts. There's a lot of impersonators. Remember, I will never message you first. I will never ask for personal information or money. With that being said, ADTX, what does this beautiful stock has in store for us today? I got 1,000 shares across the board to start. Seems volatile so far. High of 25, low of 696, high of 40. I'm gonna try and take a dip there. I'll get a decent fill. Or oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, halting up. Well, I guess I should have held that trade instead of looking for a quick scalp, because just like that, we're gonna get halted up. I'm in at 15, out at 25, man. Hindsight is 2020. I thought I was in at 5, selling at 35. So my fill was higher going in and lower coming out. I'm a little disappointed there, but okay. Just like that. So the other one is moving up as well. CCC, are we going to get a push here through 190 perhaps? Or maybe not a push through 190. I don't want to be overly aggressive here, but if we're going to see a stock halt up like this, and with this type of halt up this early, like, it makes me wonder how aggressive I might want to be, because if assuming we can get a great trade out of this resumption, I might want to go full size, 5,000 size, as Tim would say, 5K size, 5K size, 5K size. It's very aggressive. If we lose, we'll for surely be down like 3K. You know, do we want to take on that kind of risk this early without having a cushion? Or am I being too worried about the risk? And do I want to go for it? You know, at a certain point, it's not about the money anymore. It's about greatness. And maybe this is what we need to do to get ourselves to the next level, you know? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go 4K size. But if I lose, well, we'll worry about that later. We'll manage our risk as best as we can. And, you know, if we lose, we lose. It's okay. I think we're gonna go for it here. These are the days that we've been dreaming of. We have a super strong stock right out of the open. There can be a great resumption trade. I'll manage my risk as best as I can. The money doesn't even matter right now. These are the moments for me to push myself. And this is what needs to be done. Feeling good. Feeling ready. So hit that thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. ESPN, the playoffs coming up in the next few minutes. We got 2 minutes to resumption. Big Steve, brother. We're going full size.
SMAP, KELYB,
Feel like Lightning McQueen, you know, coming out of the blocks in the race. CADL also pushing up a little bit. Is there a high of day entry coming up on this one? The volume could be heavier. High of days at 35 or at 33. Resumption, by the way, will be at 35.33. 35.33. We're halted up at 770. It's showing 788, $8. So we might resume $8 is my guess. We haven't been more ready for this type of trade here. There's a lot of risk that I'm going to take here, but I feel good. If it's a losing trade, it'll also be a good test for me to keep focus and continue to be aggressive with smaller size to get back to where I need to be. So we got a little over 15 seconds here. 10 seconds, assuming it's a 5-minute halt. We're halted at 770. Here we go. Oh, it's 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes. Telling you guys, man, this stuff he knows won't leave me alone. Why why am I this antsy? Come on, jeez. This is normal things for us. It's how we would say it in the team house, right? We have to normalize, you know, pushing ourselves a little bit towards the edge of our comfort zone. So CCC at 191 after a red to green right there. But seems to be having trouble over 91, I'd say. There's 94, but back down to 91. CADL, on the other hand, is pushed up to 42.
SMAPKELYB.
Yeah, I don't think the other two are like looking that great. So I'll just wait for this one to resume. We got another 3 minutes or so. Yeah, going back to that first trade, like I had great positioning in there, man. Just, I sold it way too soon. But again, I did think I had a lower fill going in and a higher fill coming out. I thought it was at least a 30-cent trade. I only made 10 cents, which is quite disappointing. Of course, with this type of size too, if I don't see the entry, like if it doesn't look good, I'm not gonna take it. It has to be what we want. That way, if it is a losing trade, it's very easy to like live with it. There's no like regrets or doubt or disappointment. We'll live by the S-class setups all day long. I'll have a window with half size set in case we do get a good trade, but then the risk becomes like increased, a magnitude higher, which does happen if we squeeze more. We got about a minute and some change. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, give us that thumbs up for live streaming our trades here, being transparent, being real, putting it all out there. No fear, no hesitation in the next minute or so on ADTX. SAVA being mentioned. Yeah, CCC is a little tricky. C4, that's a hilarious name. C4 Therapeutics is the name of that company. Well, I guess there's four C's, right? Explosive Therapeutics. It's quite the name there. I like it. So we got about 30 seconds to ADTX resumption. About 10 seconds, assuming it's a 5-minute halt. 770. Here we go. Can we get a dip? Can we get a dip? That wasn't a real dip, man. It might dip more here. Maybe not. I could have took 28, but that would have been like a crazy aggressive trade, you know? It didn't dip enough. Good attempt though, good attempt. Okay. Bit of a spread. Break of 9. The hell was that, a losing trade? But okay. The spreads are way too big on the dip, so it's like can't really do too much. It might, with those high fills. We'll see if it gives a few more opportunities here. It's very extended at this point though. Oh, hitting the buy button twice there by accident. So we got, it might drop more, I think. Here it is, 50. You gotta be quick to get good fills on this thing. Seems like that might have been the low though, which is good. My fills are all over the place, and I'm missing some of the pullback trades. So we got a high of 950. The low is about 850 there. Halt opposite 73. Nope. Decent attempt there, 74. There's a big seller at 9, 22,000 size. Waiting patiently here.
ADTX CLINU.
There's a bit of a churn here, just waiting. Well, the fills aren't awful with the big size, which is good, but I think that's going to be a failed breakout there. It's not going to keep going. Well, if this can be strong, I think we can catch a good sequence at some point. So we just got to be patient and keep watching, keep waiting for the key areas. I gotta not even give that type of trade time. That is in and out. If it doesn't get back over the whole dollar, it's like instant. So right now we're consolidating. We're just waiting to see what it does. It's kind of back in this middle zone, I'd say. Mm-mm-mm. That was a great attempt right there for that red to green, but it's not quite pulling away. It might just be a little slower to happen, I think. We could have done better with that. All right. Lows at 30. We gotta not be sloppy here. So lows at like 813, the highs at 950. It's a huge range. But the 5 minute candles, I seem to be strong here. I probably should have bought that dip again. The key is for this type of stock is like, how low are we gonna go? And of course, I'm cutting that trade too soon at that low, so that would have been a good trade. So we got 62 by 78 spread. It looks good. I think it looks pretty healthy. I'd expect we'd be back over 9 pretty soon. So I definitely should have took that dip down at like 16 aggressively and just looked to hold. It looks pretty good here. So will we be able to get back over 9 over time? Preferably without a double bottom because we could end up failing if we go back down there again. But still looks good. We got a couple seconds left in this 5-minute candle. Let's see, are we gonna see a double bottom? There's too many like losses here taking these trades like this. I hate those entries, man. So I think we should get back over 9. So I'm not doing great for what I'm seeing here. We could have definitely been doing better. It's moving well. There's a 10,000 share bid. Ay, ay, ay. We could have handled this better to this point. So we'll see what the next move has to offer. Hopefully we don't see a false breakout though. Uh, Disappointing. Held up nicely, but disappointing. We didn't see that continuation through 9. High is at 50. There's 10. That's a brutally high fill at 72 right there, buying that dip. We have a low now at 40. So like the 5-minute candle will make the new high seems to be failing here. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down. But we'll see. High of the last 15, lows at 39. Hmm. Still getting a high fill there is like, come on. Come on. Okay, maybe a little too aggressive there, but expected a breakout. No good. We're rejecting. And we got a high point of, it's saying 91, but I think I saw like 60 something. So it's the third 5-minute candle to kind of not really get up there. That low was 30, or maybe, yeah, 22 actually. Waiting patiently. Higher low. Will it take a trip to the depths here? Or will we hold? Okay, maybe a little too quick on that sell, but volume a little slow. Oh crap, my share size. Jeez. Anyhows, it's not gonna work. At least not instantly. Sometimes I reduce my size to scale out and then I forget to increase it again. I definitely could have done better with this stock. Just a little sloppy around the edges, you know? The first resumption trade was such an aggressive trade. Like we dipped like 20 cents after like a $2 move. Just wasn't willing to be aggressive in that type of dip. I think it looks good, but like it's an extended pullback, so there's no way of telling, for me at least, where it's gonna bottom. You know, maybe it's at the pre-market high right here, maybe it's lower. It wasn't VWAP. But we'll still see a stocks like look good like this and still sell off all the way down. So I'm not willing to be super aggressive down here at all. Good move though, good move. I think we made about we took about 2 to 3 trades that weren't really great trades. And then in one area we're a little too aggressive. So it's like 4 areas where we could have done like better. Other than that, good effort. You know, I like that I put the size out there. Felt good, but not quite connecting. Wanted to see a nice retest on this candle here. From 8:30, we got to about 8:60. It's showing 91, but I don't think we got to 91. Maybe like a random small order probably got filled up there. Bills are definitely brutal on the ask. What I gotta do too is size down to make sure I don't have like an actual red day on this stock, because then that wouldn't be good at all. Because I think I could have still been green um, if I like didn't make those mistakes I did. At least like 1K or something. So the worst case scenario is me going down like 1,500 on this stock, which shouldn't happen by any means. We gotta, if it does curl back up here slowly, we gotta sneak in some good trades. There's 29. 528. Low of 02. It'll be good to see if the next 5 minute candle makes the new high. Big Steve, we're having a misfire here. Sizing down to take it slow, take it easy. So VWAP held up there, not bad. The volume is definitely on the lower side for now.
CLINU.
Seems like some volume is getting into it here in this area. It's hard to borrow here at Thinkorswim. It's like there's volume, but then it's not really going. So there's definitely some sellers mixed in here. Yeah, there's definitely some sellers watching. Brave, brave of them. Very brave. Short sellers, they never learn their lessons. Good hold there. If I get another chance, if it goes again, and it gives the entries, this time we won't let it get so lucky. This time we're not going to make those silly mistakes. I think I might have been a little too antsy on that move up. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. High. We got about 40 here. Feeling good. Feeling excited for the next move.
question can change the world. It helps us see what could be beyond what is. One question can rewrite tomorrow.
Okay, you're filling me on the ask every time. Come on. It's waiting patiently. Looks like it might come down, or maybe not. I'll have to be very patient here and wait for this stock. If it happens to give another move, if it does, hopefully it's not a false breakout. But I'll have to be very patient. It might take another 30 minutes, 40 minutes. We'll have to wait, and we'll have to keep watching like a hawk if I'm to capture any trades here. Mm, mm-mm-mm. Can't help to think, but I should have done better. But pushing that type of size, being a little bit, antsy. Ended up taking some not so great trades in some of the areas. far so good here. We're back in this resistance area. How well is it going to be able to do? Do not go to the depths. Oh, these fills are so brutal. I'm seeing 25 a minute 41. It looks like it might be failing here. Can we hold up? Try it again. Fills are brutal. So we got over the resistance at 40. We got to about 70. We're back at the resistance. We're holding above the resistance. Can we keep going? Can we keep going? Can we keep going? What's it going to be? Up or depths? Cut that scratch. Might get back in here again. We want to see the instant rip through 50. We should be mooning here. 40 again. It's struggling. Struggling. Instead of mooning, it's mooning in the wrong way to the depths. This is what we should have had on a green candle. Instead of being down here, we should be at 940. Short sellers winning the day, winning the battle. Yet again, the short sellers are winning another battle. Man, my fills have not been favorable at all. So, some of the trades where I could have maybe gotten a little scratch trade or small green, for sure, just red trades. We have to, for us, like long traders, we would want to see it continue to hold up like 740, 730. But I don't know, it doesn't look great. It looks like it's on its last legs, if you ask me. But there's a whole lot of time left in the day, and these stocks can be irrational, so something could still happen, but I think probability wise, maybe backside. Maybe. I think it's, I'll take, whilst I would have wanted to be green like 1,000 or something more, I'll take this and I'll be humble. I'll hold what I have. And this is a good lesson for me today. I'm proud of myself for stepping up with the big size and taking on that level of risk because, it's hard to not think with about 4 or 5,000 shares on a halt resumption how easy it is to lose 50 cents or more. And it's like, man, I could be down 2-3K in the blink of an eye. So glad I pushed it. It feels good to do it because then doing it again is going to be easier mentally, right? I don't know. I felt like I was a little antsy, and ultimately I kind of took some trades that I probably could have done a little bit of a better job with. So here's a potential halt down. The volume to the sell side here is a little light, but it looks like it might get halted down. Next time. Next time. Under resumption, if I had so under resumption, if I had small size, that'd have been long, right? But so again, knowing this is how you adjust the strategy in a way that's not great because you know you're taking on more risk. But at the same time, I do adjust my share size according to risk, right? If there's an area that I think can be very, very risky, and I think it could still be a good trade, at times I'll use smaller size. So on this resumption, I was hoping we would get a clean dip and then the rip, but it opened up fairly high and it held like, you know, I think only like a 20-cent drop. So after this big move, the halt resuming higher and only like a small pullback, I'm like, not gonna go for that. It needed to be a quality plus. But if I had a smaller size in my order entry window, I would have took that trade, which would ended up resulting into like 40 cents. So share size definitely, you gotta mentally prepare. You gotta mentally prepare. I think the resumption might give a good there might be a hold on, the other one is going up. I'm rambling on here. Jeez Louise, look at that move. Well, I missed it. Highs at 28, pre-market highs at 16. Out of nowhere, this one taking off. Over to 11. It's a good move. 30 cents. The resumption will be at 25.42. So 2 minutes and some change. I don't know, C4 Therapeutics, the price action isn't really what I need here. So there might be some opportunities, but I have to be careful. It seems more heavy, a little chunky. It's like a chubby baby, right? This stock, the way how the price action is looking. The resumption is coming up here, which I'll trade. I think there'll be an opportunity. Short sellers, man. So instead of covering over 40, they probably held and maybe was even adding, probably waiting for 9. With all that extra selling, we didn't stand a chance. Whoever's selling, right? A big bank, an institution, whatever. So we're halted down at 734 off of a drop from 860. There was a small bounce, but it's showing 704 resumption. I don't know if it will, but it's showing pretty low here. Gap down about 10 seconds. The other one looks like it's making a new high. 630, 734. Here we go. That was well. Maybe I could have held it a little longer. Yeah, this looks like it's done. Maybe I don't know what it'll do from here. This is this is usually where I kind of just fully come off. Whatever it does, it'll do without me. This is one of those days I have to watch back in full. I need to go from 9:29 a.m. all the way to now and rewatch this entire thing. And I hope it's not as bad as I think it is. I hope it's not as bad because right now I'm thinking I should have definitely caught some areas. But this is good though, right? Again, on the side of risk management, biggest positions ever in a probably ever really. And to end the day on the stock down 180. So what will it mean when we connect properly on a stock like this with that type of size? Future is bright. Future is bright. We did have a CPI data today, so let's see how the overall market is doing. I'll check some of the big FANG stocks. Seem a little sideways. Red to green, essentially flat. Apple. Meta. Meta making some new highs. Netflix kind of down and sideways. Google, or should I say Alphabet, also kind of sideways. I think the data was neutral. Well, the data was neutral. I think month over month was expected to be flat, but it was 0.10 or something like that. So it's still like negative, right, overall, but it's like barely negative, right? It's essentially flat. So if if that can continue to be the case, more than likely the Fed will not increase rates, right? So we'll see. The jobs data was interesting because they were looking at like 180,000 new jobs. There was like close to 200,000. But then you had people coming back from strike, right? Like the people in Hollywood, the Writers Guild, and then like the auto workers. So was it really 200,000 jobs? It's just people who are now getting back on payroll, right? So, you know, more than likely they're not going to do anything tomorrow. They probably need to see more data into the new year before they do anything. Either increase again or continue to or let's say start to decrease. They'll probably stay sideways more than likely, right? Tomorrow we'll see, right? FOMC's tomorrow, so a tenth, a tenth of a basis point. The other stocks I'm not interested in at all. So right now I'll kind of just be sideways, waiting if something comes up. Like this CCC, the issue with this type of stock is that this big move that we had, it's like it comes randomly and it's unexpected. Maybe another one happens, but the amount of paper cuts like I'll take trying to get a breakout, it's like by the time the breakout comes, I'm only flat. Maybe even red. Because you lose a cent, 2 cents, 3 cents. Before you know it, you're down 15 cents. The breakout comes, the breakout is only 10 cents. You can't, and that's if you even get to capture it. 28 by 29, there's 30. Can we see 35, 40, 34, 36, 37, All right, all right. This is what I need to see. This is what I need to see here. Not bad, not bad, not bad at all. 40K seller, 35. But this stock seems to be pretty liquid, so do not go to the depths. All you do. And it's gonna go to the depths. Lovely. Oh, it's not even on screen. Jeez. From up 40 bucks to red 80 bucks. Anyhows, I know I shouldn't have been trading it. I'm gonna lose $100 for no good reason at all. Throwing money to the wind is what that's called. Tried to buy a dip here at 27. It's gonna flush down at 22. Yeah, I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. I don't know if something else will come. If not, I'll shut it down and come back later. If not, tomorrow again. I wonder if I didn't increase size, how I would have done on that stock. And I'm not overthinking anything, right? I'm just kind of like looking at different avenues. But the avenue that I chose is the one I choose every time. It's the way to go. Red to green is.
You know, one of us is gonna have to change.
Hold on, let me come over to the YouTube comments. Red to green is back. What's the difference on taking a dip on CCC versus ADTX? Well, ADTX I felt was a little bit more volatile and there was more of a range. So, going from let's say $8 up to 8.20 was rather quick. And I love to trade that type of momentum. That's fast pace. CCC, you know, sometimes on this type of stock, it's much more slower moving. It's much slower, right? Much slower. And, you know, from 220, maybe we go to 225. You have to take such massive size to get like a similar reward that you could on the other one. The range is just tighter. But other than that, this stock seems to be a little, you know, chunky. Right? The best way I can explain it is like running and you kind of have that like parachute behind you. It's like resistance. Resistant training is what this stock looks like here to me. But there's opportunity without a doubt because there always is. It just comes down to, preference and how you interpret the stock. So there are definitely going to be people here who might be wildly green on this one, and they prefer this one over the other one. Yeah, I'm at the gym. At the gym, I'm trying to work on my legs right now, man. My legs are like no good. I got like the chicken legs, so trying to work on the legs, and I got to look up some more exercises for calves. I do have an injury to my left knee, unfortunately, that I had back in college. To this day, my left knee is like in the depths. If I walk upstairs, I'll feel pain. If I walk flat with any weight, I also can feel pain. It's like pretty bad. So my left quad is like naturally smaller than my right. I guess, subliminally I've been overcompensating. So it's like one of those people that'll do like cycling. And on top of that, my dominant hand and foot is my right. So that also plays a role. So I got a lot of work to do. Red to Green, when are you gonna make your triumphant return to the chat? The people want to know. For those of you who don't know Red to Green, by the way, he's a great trader. He's profitable. He's one of the people who had shared his screen, back in the day when we were all like in Discord regularly in the Gen 1, Gen 2 chats, talking and hanging out. He would share his screen from time to time to show us what, he did on the day. And he also has a smaller channel too. But, there was a day where we were, being very, enforceful, which is good to do. You need to do that as the leadership in the community to make sure that the rules are being followed. And we mentioned to Red to Green, hey, make sure that all the moderators and lead people are not blocked. Here's the thing, right? Some people will feel FOMO, right? Let's say there's a guy in the Discord, who might be doing well, and you just don't want to see that person, talk about anything. Maybe they give you FOMO, right? But it's like if anybody in there blocks me, for that reason, it's something that we just can't allow because I'm the lead, right? No, I wouldn't call that drama. I would just call that, not seeing eye to eye is how I'd say it. A difference in opinion, right? Drama is like, drama is a whole nother story. Yeah, but anyhow, Red to Green, long story short, we're waiting for you to make your return to the chat room. And also, if you come back, please don't be doom and gloom. Because at times Red to Green can be, you know, the market is gonna end kind of thing. Small caps are gonna go to the depths. Day trading will not last. We will all be doomed. My thing is, it's like at the end of the day, this is a business and we're taking on a risk. We're taking on a risk to be able to yield these returns, right? We understand what it means to become a consistently profitable trader, especially on the high side of things. There's always going to be risks, right? Things can change, policies can change, brokers can change, regulation can happen. But regardless of whatever might happen, we have to know to ourselves that we can be flexible and that we can change. If they come back tomorrow and they say, hey, commissions is $100 to buy and to sell, then we'll have to make some adjustments. Whether that might mean our trade style or as far as leaving the market to do something else. right? I think at the end of the day, we can't be afraid of change. We have to just embrace it. So if day trading stops working tomorrow, then oh well, on to the next venture, on to the next thing, right? Whatever it takes to be successful, whatever it takes to get to our dreams. There's a million ways to make money. This is